Okay, so we're at SJP, looking very, very different. And we've got our main man, Rob Morris, who is going to talk us through this absolutely unbelievable pitch. Over to you, Rob.
Okay, so we've now got the carpet down, and I think the first thing you'll probably notice is it's green. Our last pitch that we had an awful lot of rubber crumb on it, but it is lovely to see a nice shade of green, and it is so sort of grass-like. I mean, you wouldn't know that it is artificial. When the grass was laid, the carpet was laid, the first two rips that they put in, and they're called rips when they put them down, was along the side, and they run end to end. Then they put two on this side where the dugouts are, and then all of the other rips go from side to side. Some of the lines came already manufactured, so the sidelines and the goal lines were already manufactured. Everything else is cut in. So they have a machine which has like two Stanley blades on it, and they put it down, cut this out, so they create a groove, and these white lines are then put in and stuck down. So this is how the white lines come, literally in a white line, and then they cut it depending on what size they need, and it's all quite precise with the curves. So all the curves on the pitch, these are all cut out and then filled in with this lovely white carpet. They come with some very interesting toys. This one here, this forklift, will lift the huge big bales from out in the car park. Both the sand and the rubber crumb come separately. It will then lift it over this little tractor here, and they will cut the bottom of the bales. The sand or the crumb then pours into the back, and then this tractor then comes onto the pitch, and it will distribute all of the crumb and the sand out the back, and it's all quite precise so that there is an even distribution across the pitch. Once the crumb's been put on the pitch, it's important that it is evenly distributed. So this tractor has the brushes on the back, and they will go up and down the pitch numerous times until all the crumb is even across the pitch, so you've got an even bounce, or the roll of the ball wherever you're testing on the pitch is the same. This is a vertibroom, and this is ours. This is what we used to use on the old pitch, and it's a great piece of kit. So we will use this probably once a week, maybe twice a week for an hour after use, and put it across the pitch so that we get even distribution of the crumb. It also helps break down the crumb a little bit if it needs to be. But this is a vital piece of kit for good upkeep of the ground. We've elected to go for dashes on the technical area instead of the solid lines. Obviously everything we do has to comply with FA rules. So the rules for the technical area are it can only go a metre outside of the seated area either side, and there has to be a metre gap between the sideline and the dashes. The pitch has to be tested annually, and what happens is the company comes in, they will divide the pitch up into lots of different areas, and they will look for the bounce of the ball, the roll of the ball, the shock absorption, and also they'll put a straight edge across the pitch. If on the straight edge there's any more than 10mm variance, it's a fail. Therefore we can't play on it. If the ball doesn't bounce within the right tolerance or doesn't roll within the right tolerance, it's also a foul. We can't play on it. So it is quite stressful to get through it, but the fact that we've got this brand new pitch that has passed in a laboratory means it should stand us in good stead. What we must remember is there is still crumb here, and you will still see a splash. So I'll just show you, I'll just sort of throw the ball up and you can see how much crumb comes up. But it is minimal, and I'm really hopeful, in fact I know that the way that the match is going to be played and the game's going to be played on this pitch will be infinitely better than the last pitch that we had. And one of the reasons that we had so much crumb on the last pitch was it wouldn't have passed its test unless we put more crumb. and that definitely affected the way the game was being played. We've organised a match for Sunday the 26th of June. That is for secretaries, managers, for people that may hire the facility here. So they'll be playing a short 11-a-side match so that they can understand how the pitch plays. But that will be a great opportunity for any fans of Edgware or Hendon to come down and actually see the pitch firsthand. After we play the game, we will go into the clubhouse and we will discuss how the surface is playing, and also go through all the housekeeping rules. Things like footwear, which is obviously a moulded football boot. Also in terms of what drinks, what food is allowed on the surface or not allowed. But just so that we can get those key people to go back to their clubs or organisations and spread the word of how we need this place kept. Because without that, this pitch will not last as long as we need it to.